Alright, what's happening, y'all? It's your boy Rico from Street Scores, and free agency has started up. A lot of signings going left and right. A lot of the guys that I really want are still available, and I'm happy about that. But I'm presenting this video to y'all to announce the fact that Brandon Scherff is signing with the Jacksonville Jaguars. He'll be blocking for Trevor Lawrence, and I want to mainly dive into some other options we can find in free agency to replace him. Or when in doubt, go with Wes Schweitzer as a temporary starting option this year and maybe draft a guy or hit free agency next year. But there's so many guys available. We're going to dive into all of that. But before we do, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell next to the subscription button so you get a notification immediately and every time I release an informative and opinionated video just like this one. Just a heads up, I'm keeping y'all informed on everything free agency that has to deal with the burgundy and gold. So anytime we sign somebody or if somebody of ours goes somewhere else, I got y'all. And depending on what happens throughout the day, I'll probably do a live stream in the evening reviewing everything that went down. So I'm gonna do videos when things happens, and then if we have a day that's full of activity, I'll do a live stream at the end of the day so we can all talk about it. But without further ado, man, let's get it. It's already been reported, Adam Schefter already came out with the tweet. Washington Pro Guard Brandon Scherff intends to sign with the Jacksonville Jaguars. We still don't know for how many years. We don't know the money yet. Probably by the time I'm done editing this video and get it out there, all of that information will be out. I'm pretty sure, though, I think it's very safe to bet on the fact that it's a lot more than what we were willing to give him. It's not like we didn't want Brandon Scherff back. We just weren't willing to give him all of the money that he was asking for, and apparently the Jags were. So whatever it is, I'm pretty sure Brandon Scherff is getting a big bag, and I guess that's what he's prioritizing. He's not prioritizing winning, because you wouldn't choose the Jaguars over the burgundy and gold if winning was most important to you. He's completely prioritizing the bag. So, hey man, I'm happy for him. Moves on to another chapter of his career. We don't have to worry about whether we're going to franchise tag him or not. He's completely out of our hair now. It's just time to find a replacement. Now, first up, technically you have Wes Schweitzer. Me personally, I prefer to keep Wes Schweitzer as a backup because he can play both right guard, center, and left guard. It's not easy to find a guy that can just plug and play whenever an injury happens, especially if it plays as well as a Wes Schweitzer, who actually was ranked top 15 in guards in the NFL according to Pro Football Focus this past season. To have him as a backup is crazy, which makes you think, yeah, we should go ahead and start him, but nah, I prefer him as a backup because, again, it's really rare to find a guy that can just, if we have an injury at center, he can play. If we have an injury at left guard, he can play. And so I prefer to go and get a starter in this free agency so that Wes Schweitzer can remain the versatile positional flex backup. You know how this team keeps preaching positional flex. Wes Schweitzer is your guy. But now as far as replacements go, my favorite option as a replacement right now is Laken Tomlinson. Because of age and how much money he may command and how good he is, he's definitely going to be cheaper than Brandon Scherff. I think Brandon Scherff is going to get paid the most money out of any guard this free agency period in 2022. So I just think naturally everybody else is just going to be cheaper. But even so, I think Laken Tomlinson is going to be a significant amount cheaper, but very close in production for us as well. So I just feel like he's going to have a better overall value for us than Brandon Scherff. Signing him the crazy money, get Laken Tomlinson for a little bit cheaper, and he's going to play almost just as well. He may not play like an all-pro, but first of all, he's going to be more available. Brandon Scherff is due to miss 4 to 6 games a season. You don't have to worry about that with Laken Tomlinson and a lot of these guys on my list. Speaking of the rest of the list, you have Austin Corbett. You have Andrew Norwell, who was once a Jaguars offensive lineman. You have Mark Glowinski. Remember, Alex Kapler signed to the Bengals, so he's off the list. But you also have Connor Williams, and that would be really interesting to put him next to another Texas Longhorn, Samuel Cosmi. Let Samuel Cosmi play right tackle, Connor Williams right guard. They may bring out the best in each other. And then you also have Roger Saffold, who was recently released by the Titans. All of these guys, I feel like you can depend on more as far as health and availability wise, and they're all for sure should go for cheaper contracts than Brandon Scherff. If they don't even bother with them. But if it's for a decent deal, great value, please go and get any of these guys. Of course, again, like I said, Laken Tomlinson is my favorite option, but I would also love Austin Corbett. I would love Andrew Norwell, Mark Glowinski, any of these guys. And I mean, some people are down on Connor Williams, but I feel like Charles Leno was known for getting a lot of penalties in Chicago, came here, and our offensive lines coach, who's been performing miracles out there, got it to where he rarely gets penalized now. He's just a better blocker, better technique and everything. I feel like we could have the same thing with Connor Williams, who has a fairly high ceiling. He's very athletic. He's not Samuel Cosme freak athlete athletic, but Connor Williams is very athletic, and he definitely has room to grow. And if anybody can get it out of him, it's our offensive lines coach, who's been getting the most out of everybody. There it goes. The Jets just signed my boy Lincoln Tomlinson. So now we're on to Austin Corbett, Andrew Norwell, Mark Glowinski, Connor Williams, and Roger Saffold as my favorite options in this free agency period for guard. Dang, man, they got my boy Lincoln Tomlinson while I'm recording too. That's dirty. That's grimy, man. It just didn't have to do us like that. But it's cool though. And outside of guard, of course, like y'all already know, if y'all been watching my videos and my live streams, I really want Marcus Williams if we can get him. I would love to get Bobby Wagner or Jordan Hicks or AJ Johnson or the Falcons linebacker whose name I still can't pronounce correctly. If we can get Marcus Williams and one of those linebackers I just named, I feel like we hit a home run in free agency. But granted, who knows, Ron Rivera may just be his typical self where we wait for the second wave of free agents, get some guys on some bargain deals. So we'll see, but I would really love to get like a Bobby Wagner, one of these top linebackers in free agency, one of the top 5 guys. And of course, I really want Marcus Williams. Quandre Diggs is already gone, so for me, free safety wise, it's Marcus Williams or Tyrann Mathieu, or we could just try to get Daxton Hill in the draft. But we'll see, man. It's a lot going on. I mean, by the time I'm done editing and putting this video out, something else will probably happen, and I'm gonna have to report on that. But man, like I said, I'm gonna keep y'all updated on everything. I appreciate all of the support, man. Stay tuned for all of the updates, the live streams, all of the content. As soon as free agency makes it far enough to where like we've already signed some guys, we used up the cap space, I'm gonna finally do a mock draft once things look set in stone. I don't want to put out a mock draft and then we suddenly sign a starting free safety like Marcus Williams, and now I have Daxton Hill in my mock draft and I look crazy. So I'm just gonna wait till the dust settles, and I'm gonna come out with a mock draft soon after free agency calms down a little bit. So stay tuned for all of that. Of course, I appreciate all of my sponsors, especially my Pro Bowl sponsors, whose names you see scrolling on the screen right now. And I really appreciate y'all. I'll catch y'all later. I'm out.